What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And yeah, if you guys haven't been noticing, it's getting kind of weird out there right now. And you can see what's trending on Twitter besides the Dodgers getting their ass kicked over here. Leave children alone is trending right now on Twitter, 27,000 tweets. And you're wondering, like, well, what's all of this about? You know, why is leave children alone trending? And it seems like lately we've been dealing with people and comments about children and sexuality, sexual orientation, sexual conversations, and people are kind of getting sick and tired of it. And they're saying, hey, leave the children alone. Now, what is this all in regards to? It's in regards to this situation. You guys probably already are aware of it with the Call of Duty game, this guy named NickMercs. Here's the actual tweet, and I'll talk about this real quick, just to kind of set the stage. This guy starts it out, right? Anti-LGBT protesters attack pro-LGBT demonstrators outside of a Glendale, California school board meeting. The school board is voting on recognizing June as Pride Month. This guy says, this happened 4 blocks from my Overwatch League apartment. Americans are in a sad place right now. Let people love who they love and live your own life. This guy says they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. Okay, so that's what it's all about. That's where this whole thing kind of blew up, is that this guy said they should leave little children alone. Apparently, this guy's a big gamer. I'm not familiar with him at all, but he's a big gamer, plays Call of Duty, had his own little skin on the game. And then what happened is Activision said, oh, okay, you had this to say about this particular situation. We're taking down your skin. You're canceled. As far as we're concerned, you're done. And ever since then, it's all hell is broken loose off of that. Now you got this other guy, Tim the Tap Man, basically went to Activision and said, hey, you know what, you're taking down NickMercs stuff, you can take my stuff down too. And Activision has complied with his request to have his skin removed from the game in solidarity with streamer NickMercs. So what's going on here? You know, we talk about this from the lens of entertainment on my channel. It's like, okay, all of this conversation regarding identity politics, woke politics, progressive politics, it's getting in the way of the entertainment. That's what I normally discuss, because this ideology is coming before the entertainment. You put the entertainment first and make this thing entertaining. It's almost possible to tell any type of story that you want to tell, layer any kind of message you want to tell in there, as long as the entertainment is preeminent. Okay, but these people in Hollywood, as I say, are so bad at their jobs that they can't tell stories without just completely beating you over the head with woke ideology, progressive ideology, because they don't understand how to actually write and layer stuff within the subtext. I talk about that all the time. It's one of the things that's ruining entertainment. And now it seems like these guys are out to ruin education as well, because this dude's point, going back to this conversation, again, this is dealing with a school board meeting. And parents, right? Parents, because they're saying, well, these are protesters. This is one protester group versus another protesting group. And it's like, no. These are people that were actual parents of the children that attend this particular school. And the parents are saying, wait a minute, time out. We don't want this in our classrooms. We don't want you guys promoting things in our classrooms that we disagree with. And as parents, we have a right to speak about that. Now, I'm a parent of 4 children. I can speak directly about this because there's a lot of people talking and are doing all of this. They don't have kids. They don't have any kids. They don't have one child. So they haven't been in that experience. I'm not saying that you have to have children to understand where people are coming from, but listen to parents when they're talking, because this is the thing that kind of always gets to me. These parents that they're calling these anti-LGBT protesters, they're just parents. They're parents at a school board meeting, and they were saying, hey, look, leave my kids alone. All right. These parents weren't asking, and they weren't playing games, and they were only going to say it one time. Leave my kids alone. That's the Armenian Christian parents. That's what I'm talking about here. And see, what happens is people start pushing back. And this is where social media doesn't fit with what's going to happen in real life. Look, in social media, somebody says, leave my kids alone, and you go on this like 25,000 thread argument about the situation. In real life, somebody says, hey, leave my kid. Like if you run across a little kid and you see this little kid out there and you start talking to the kid, and then an adult swings up and says, hey, leave my kid alone. If your first instinct isn't to, oh, I'm so sorry, let me back away. But you want to come out there, well, see, I'm trying to explain my position as to why I need to talk to your child and listen to me.
2 hours later.
Hey, excuse me, Mr. Paramedic, how did I get in this ambulance? And why is my lip swollen? And why is my eye black? Yeah, because you didn't listen to this dude when he said, leave my kids alone. And you know what? It kind of bears mentioning here is that, parents wasn't really tripping on the LGBTQ. These parents, I should say, they probably weren't. These cats is all in California. They see this stuff every day. They vote on it. They're not tripping on the community like that. Just leave the kids alone. It's like, how hard is it? It's like this guy says, most people are right here. Let people love who they love and live your own life. Most cats are like, okay, fair enough. You know what? We might not agree with the lifestyle, but hey, that's you. We'll leave you alone. All right. Love who you want to love. Live your life like this dude says. All right. But, turnabout's fair play, right? Leave us alone. Okay. And now it's flipped. Now it's like the ideology is just pouring out of every crevice. It's like, no. Let's go back to what we all talked about from the very beginning. You're going to live your life. We're going to live ours. You're not going to try to push your beliefs on us. We're not going to try to push your beliefs on you. Okay. Everybody's cool. But see, now it's flipped. It's like Disney. It's like Target. You can't even drink a damn beer without looking at all of the content and all the ideology. Can't we just, again, get back to the baseline norms? That's what most people want. That's what parents want for school. That's what these cats want. We left you alone. Now leave us alone. It's like if I were making this push to discuss straight sex and sexual relations inside of an elementary school, you would get weirded out by that, wouldn't you? Like, why is he trying to talk about sex and sexual relations within an elementary school setting? Why are you doing that? That's the same thing that's happening here. Because look, you could talk about the LGBTQ and you could just put this rainbow on it and talk about pride or whatever. But sexual identity and sexual attraction is the centerpiece of the LGBTQ community. It's the foundation. You cannot discuss the community without discussing sexual identity, sexual attraction, sexual orientation, because that's what the L, the G, the B, the T, and the Q are all about. So there's no wiggle room with this. It's not something that's just, it's just people. No, it's sex. It's literally talking about sexual attraction, sexual orientation, sexual identity, who you like to sleep with, who you want to be with. And again, that's stuff that just, leave that to later down the line. You can have those conversations, in my opinion, when kids are age appropriate. But some parents are going to say, hey, you know what? I don't ever want that discussed in a school setting. That's something that I'm going to discuss with my kids. That's what I want to do. And parents should be able to have that option to say, you know what? I disagree with that. It's my prerogative as a parent to discuss this when I'm ready for my kid to talk about it. If I want to opt in to some sort of a program and, I can sign off on it, okay, fine. But if I can't do that, then, and it's just like we're going to do it when we're ready to do it and you don't have a say in the matter, then it's like, you know what? Nah. Then you got to pull your kids out. That's basically what you got to do, because society is essentially stating, look, this is what we're doing. If you don't like it, leave. And I feel like, okay, look, the public has already voted on it. These are the people that have, decided this is what it is. You can voice your complaint. You can say what you feel. And then at some point in time, you just got to pull your kids out, homeschool them, private school them. That's just the way it is. Look, public schools are kind of failing anyway, at schools, period. So you might as well just go ahead and let your kids just get them over into the homeschool situation or a private school situation. I put my kids through private school. It's a lot of money. It's a sacrifice, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. And yeah, I understand the argument that, well, you want your kids to grow up, kind of being like with the rest of the kids in the normal society. Some of y'all do. Me personally, I'm like, nah, I'm cool with my kids being separated from all of that stuff. All right. There's a lot going on that I don't agree with normal society. So, what quote unquote normal society is. So, I'm not with all of that. So, yeah, get your kids out. Get them out. These schools are no longer teaching what I consider the baseline norms of society, the stuff that we grew up with. Because look, real talk, what kids need to learn what they're talking about with the LGBTQ community and, you guys got to see us as people. We should exist and, all of that crap. Listen. Teach kids how to be nice, teach them how to be polite, teach them how to have good manners, to be kind to each other. That's really what you need to teach kids anyway. You don't need to teach them ideology. Just teach them to be nice to people. That's it. Teach them to have respect for others. Look, you or I may never agree on one single issue ever, but I can still be respectful to you. That's the goal, in my opinion. That should be the goal. And that crosses across all religions, races, ideologies, you name it. You could just teach kids, hey, we are kind, we are polite, we are friendly, and I don't see any way that that goes wrong, But you start teaching kids, oh yeah, we got to be, this woke ideology, that, this, that. It's like, listen, man, you're going off the rails. You're taking away from what school really should be about. And that's, reading, writing, arithmetic, and again, just common courtesy towards your fellow man. I don't see why that's not the focal point of all of these schools trying to teach all of this quote unquote pride and love and everything else up under the sun. Just teach people to have polite, respectful behavior towards their fellow man, and all of this other crap will just sort itself out. But anyway, folks, that's just my opinion on the situation. I know it's not really entertainment related, but it is kind of sort of with the whole Call of Duty thing. But I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents on that. I think it's an extraordinarily important topic for people to discuss and get out there. So anyway, those are my thoughts. You guys go ahead, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And thanks for watching. See you next time.